That's Wake Forest. Okay, so yeah, Amber graduated from Wake Forest, so she knows that area pretty well. I've only been on that campus one time, and in that one time, I apparently fell in love with the girl who took me there, so I inherited the debt to pay off a bachelor's degree from Wake Forest. Shepster, what's going on? Welcome back, Tim. Yeah, dude, there's good food. If you're in that area and you're looking for a food reviewer on TikTok, Mr. Chime Time. I've become low-grade addicted to his food reviews. That dude likes food as much as I like food. I respect it. So, I have no idea if Core or Bree, watch the TikToks. But if you watch the TikToks and you want a food reviewer from that general area, old Mr. Chime Time's a fucking delight. Gobble his content up. I like visiting North Carolina. There's a whole lot of real good stuff going on there. There's a lot of good stuff and it doesn't have as much. It's like Virginia in that there's a lot of good stuff and there's not as much of the bad stuff that kind of makes the American South the American South. It's there. It's there in Virginia. It's there in North Carolina. It really starts to be there in South Carolina. Like the rampant racism and the class divides and the real nasty separation of the haves and the have-nots. That's here, that's everywhere in the United States, but it's here in Richmond. It's in North Carolina, but it's not in those two places. And there's so much going on in both those places too. So like in Virginia, you got the Blue Ridge Mountains, you've got the coast, you've got some nice cities and historical locations that are important like Monticello and Williamsburg. Same thing with North Carolina. North Carolina goes into the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's got the Outer Banks. It's got a couple of great cities. It's got some pro sports teams. It's got a dope food scene. So I really, you know, if somebody gave me a free house and moved me to North Carolina, I would not be disappointed. North Carolina is a pretty high, like it's a state in high esteem to me. Anywho, sorry, yeah, I had to gush a little bit. I like North Carolina. You guys know me to a fault. To a fault, if I don't like a place, I have a tendency to, you know, say that. Even at times where I maybe ought to just bite my tongue because fucking people live there. But North Carolina has certainly grown on me over time. The more time I spend in North Carolina, the more I like it there. Small bit of missing green screen. No, it is the microphone sticking out. But thank you for letting me know because that would have driven. Professional public speaker, Ryan Capps. That would have driven me insane. I rode the Blue Ridge Parkway on my motorcycle. That shit must have been hypnotizing. That's one of those things I really saw the Blue Ridge for the first time when Amber took me to that Airbnb that was unfortunately in like hyper MAGA country, but it didn't detract from the natural beauty of that place. That's the first time I'd really like gotten up into the Blue Ridge Mountains. And it's beautiful. Like it's the kind of beauty that makes you want to cry. Yeah, Bree, I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much. We're always, oh god, is it gonna be one of these? We're heavily invested. We're heavily invested, so we'll take all the pictures and updates we can possibly lay our hands on. I mean, it's an okay wand for what it's worth. Oh, Billy. Gotta have memories of hiking the Blue Ridge Mountains. Like, I giggle a little bit, and I, like, playfully shit on the Blue Ridge because I'm originally, I playfully shit on the Blue Ridge because I'm originally from the Rockies. And they are not the same. But I have to give mad credit where it's due. They are still just breathtaking. I give them a playful ribbing because I'm homesick. Sometimes. Not like, every time I go back to Idaho, I have zero desire to live there. But every time I fly into the Rockies, I'm like, damn, this place is gorgeous. 4 pounds, 7 ounces. Hell yeah, you tell that child from one preemie fighter to another. You tell that child that from one preemie fighter to another, he needs to put on some weight and get home. Where'd you send it, Bree? Or has it happened yet? Is that later? Oh, the text. Okay. I was looking at like Discord and Twitter. Honestly though, Jay, I feel like unless you live in New York or Los Angeles, almost any city you've lived in for your entire life, I've never heard of somebody who was from Buffalo or Salt Lake City or Atlanta or Dallas or Phoenix or fucking Bismarck who said, I've lived here my entire life and it just keeps getting better. Boise, Idaho, Minneapolis, almost anybody I've ever, like I moved from Boise to Richmond and I'm like, damn, this city's great. But I meet people like Frost who move away and I'm like, why did you move away? Was it anything in particular? And he's like, no, it's fine. I just grew up there and it bores me to death now. And I'm like, oh, well, like what in particular? And he's like, nothing really. I just got tired of being in the same place. That's right. Chat, we link arms and we protect Leo with our lives. Yeah, if he wants to call me Aunt Taffy, I'm not only fine with that, I would wear it as a badge of honor. I'd be the best damn aunt he has. Fucking Rory Pog. he would not shut up about that shit last night. It was so funny. My man was bout it. I think I'm finally at a place where we're gonna play Noita. Ooh, acid potion. Interesting. We got a good little lineup of potions. Yeah, to be completely honest, Cyberkai, I didn't think about this. This was chat's doing. But somebody said Rory Pog needs to be an emote now. We have the slots. And Thermal Knight has already received permission from me to proceed with a Rory Pog emote. Josh is currently working on new offline art, which I don't know how many of you have seen this from a million years ago. I say that, it hasn't been that long, but it's the kind of thing that like he works on it when he has time and he's been real busy recently, so we just kind of, we take the updates when we can get them. So it's you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. You know? I can't help but feel like it's me versus this AHA music video take on me animated version of me where I'm just like, man, Thermal Knight Disney'd me up, but I think I would lose Amber to this man. Your little dude's missing a body. I hope he's not finished. Where he's quite literally like, he's like, yeah, so Grayson only gets a head. Now the reason that he only has a head, and I feel like this is pretty deep, so buckle up, is that as a metaphor, it's supposed to symbolize the struggle of ADHD children. The old, I think, negatively impacting idiom of if you would lose your head if you didn't have it attached, and I just wanted to, that's why there's so much blood. So yeah, sorry, there's so much blood in here, is that it's the violence of how those words negatively impact children, and how happy he would have been had he not been, had his confidence cut out from underneath him by the blade of sharp words and antiquated sayings. He's trying to motivate you. I swear to God, I am genuinely, oh my God. Well, okay, good to know that if we want to, we can get to the surface easily. I swear to God, if that's what he's trying to do, I was already, because of the sort of like how sedentary subathons tend to be, I was already pretty excited about the prospect of being able to go to the gym, because I'm just like, my ass hurts from the amount of sitting I've been doing. It's not a bad starter want. My ass hurts from the amount of sitting I've been doing, so I'm actually pretty, even though it's cold outside, I'm pretty geared up about the idea of going to the gym. I've lost so much health to guys like that. Screw him, dude. I'm not playing that game again. I gave up 1 dynamite to not lose 20 health. That's basically what happened there. I'd have killed him, but he'd have whittled me down, and I'm over that. But I'm excited to go work out again, because I'm already, oh my God. Well, guess what, chat? Settle in. I think I want to come back and switch it out for this one when we're done. I was already starting to feel a little lethargic from all the holiday eating and hiding indoors because it's cold outside. So I was already starting to get pretty eager about the, oh, Jesus. I was already starting to get pretty eager about the prospect of cleaning myself up a little bit physically. But yeah, now there's a part of me that's like, damn, I want to look the way that artist's rendering of me looks. You would lose Amber to that, man. I would lose my wife also.
This is the
you look like you live in a castle and have talking clocks and candlesticks. He did. He Disney'd the shit out of me. Scanning. No gym, only ass-sittery. 3x gym time is just like KBBQ by chat. Good chat is working to ruin Noah. I've been able to make it to the gym this week because of my new service dog puppy, and I've already been feeling stiff. Yeah, like I just like it's tough. It's rough, like carving out the time to go to the gym. But man, I just feel so much worse when I don't. I just feel so much worse when I don't. B Perry, tier 1, 64 months. What a trip. Happy to have found you. That random ass morning I was looking for Isaac content in the AM before Lars's stream. I tell you what, I owe Lars for that too. Not only do I owe Lars for just like showing me that I didn't have to be so negative to sort of like entertain people. But on top of that, like between him and Brizzy and Justin and all the other mad lads that I've found on this trip, we've kind of cross-pollinated each other's chat quite a bit. We have borrowed and leached a lot of good people back and forth. It's been very nice. Thank you, B. Perry. Appreciate you. Well, this place is loaded with wands. I feel better than I did yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like an exhausted wreck. I don't feel great today. I do feel very tired. But I don't feel as bad as I did yesterday. Boy, I dropped all the way down. Figure I'd just come up here and sort of work my way down. Taff, speaking of mad lads and being ones, did the topic of you wanting to be a lawyer ever reach a conclusion? It's on pause right now. The whole decision to potentially go to law school, which is not off the table, has at the very least been shelved for a year. I was talking about going like next semester, like next spring. Sorry, next fall. I was talking about going next fall. I wouldn't say that I had I wouldn't say that I need to make sure I'm about to use the correct, I have to use this word correctly. Give me 2 seconds. Who did this? I wonder, is that new? I always have to wonder if the Madrinas updates were new. I also want to know if that Gotham Chess cookies and cream is good. Yeah, I think I'm using this word correctly. I had a, like, when all of my contracts ended, when my Twitch contract ended, when my Epic contract ended, and I really thought the Epic contract was going to be a contract I was going to hold for like a year, and they were paying me more than Twitch was. But like, when, you know, Andy Lunique left Epic and there was really kind of no one there to champion for us anymore, so they didn't have any real problem letting me go. When all that happened, I got real apocryphal. Like, I got real fatalistic. Oh shit, time to move. I got a little fatalistic. I was just kind of like, oh well, this might just be the end of my streaming career. This might just be the beginning of the end. That it just kind of peters off with a whisper and not a bang. I didn't have any math or statistics to back that up. I just felt that way in my anxiety-ridden gut.
The newest denizen of the cave.
And so I started to try to, like, I don't ever like the idea of getting caught off guard, so I was just kind of trying to plan. If I saw a significant revenue drop based on not having those contracts available to me, we'll have to be super careful with this one. Not yet, but man, when that happens, that's that wave of acid. We have to be ready to get the hell out of there if we decide to pick that one up. Yeah, I had nothing to back it up other than I just had a bad feeling that, like, losing all that guaranteed revenue was going to be the beginning of the end for me. So I liked the idea of just having a plan, of just not being caught off guard. But then honestly, we've done, like, things have gone pretty well since then. And if I'm being real, I don't really want to do anything else. I would be a lawyer, and I think I would be a fine lawyer. But, like, I don't want to have another job after this. I would love to do this and then, you know, retire one day. If that's a possibility, I would like to do this until I don't want to work anymore, and then I'd like to stop. If that's an option, I'll take that option. To Bonkers, Prime Gaming, 2 years, become a lawyer, you say. Maybe this Twitch Prime sub will help change your mind. Things have, you know, despite not having the contracts, Noah has rustled up. Noah has rustled up quite a bit of sponsor work for us. There might be more on the horizon. Not like right now, but like there's a potential one that I've talked about. If you're in the know, you'll know about the one that I've got kind of brewing in the background. But Noah had a call about that yesterday, and it looks like that might go forward. All signs point to yes for me getting a cool new sponsor in January that I'm excited to share if it comes to fruition. Noah said that if that one goes through, it will likely, oh wow, that hit me, huh? It'll likely be a trial period for 1 month, and they'll see how it goes, and I will beg you to help me make a good first impression. And then if the first impression is good, then we'll carry on with something more long-term. But yeah, ultimately, like, the potential to become a lawyer is still on the table. But man, I am genuinely daunted by it, the amount of work that would be. I said to myself when I left the Brand Center that if I could help it, I wouldn't go back to school again. And going back to law school, maybe short of med school, going back to law school is the most going back to school I could do. Lisa. We can add the word of the day definition to the screen. Yeah, we can barely see what's going on as it stands. I'll say this much, I think you're going out with a whisper is a very low chance with a community like ours. I think, honestly, we might make an explosion at personal expense. I genuinely was concerned that this subathon was going to be about 24 hours long. I was... and honest, if I'm being honest with myself, I think if I hadn't done the 3x at nighttime, I think it expires during the first night. But I think I know my audience well enough to go, hey, listen, we can have a subathon. We gotta keep it alive during the day, but once we get to the nighttime where it's the most boring, I'll give you the most bang for your buck. So you got like 9 hours to run the tally up at a huge discount. And then just make it limp along during the day. And sure enough, that worked. But if I had just left it at, yeah, sure, it's just 12 seconds per dollar while I sleep, I think that's the point where people just go, yeah, he's got to stream in the morning anyway. I'll hold on to my money. That fucker's got to come back at 8:30 anyway. I know where he works. And my buck did bang. Yo, Bumbarian, good job. Yo, you did DoorDash last night. I've often thought that, like... Damn. I've often thought that I would do well with things like Uber and DoorDash and Grubhub. I don't necessarily want to have to do that if I don't have to, but, like... If things had gotten weird during the pandemic and this had all dropped off and I needed to make ends meet, I would much rather do that than go work at the Amazon warehouse that's here in Richmond. I made about 18 an hour doing it. That's exactly what I'm saying. Between DoorDash and Uber and like Lyft and all that jazz, like I've met people who were smarter than me who do that as a side hustle for, you know, yeah, between $15 and $25 an hour because they'd rather just be making a little bit of money rather than sitting at home and watching Netflix or whatever. The quality of the caliber of people I've seen doing that in the past, in my experiences with them, has been part of what has made me go, well, damn, maybe I ought not look down my nose at this particular gig. I've legitimately been driven to the airport by lawyers before, or by guys with master's degrees, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I don't get to be real snooty about this. I think that frog burned to death. The frogs are I think the frogs might be the scariest thing on this level. That and the heat-seeking shotgun blasts. How much health do you have, Raid Boss? This is the only weapon I have, really, so if you would fucking die. I still haven't killed him. Ooh, meds and water. It's almost lunchtime. I gotta go see. I don't know that we have any leftovers now. I think between Amber taking stuff to work and me eating stuff here, I think we might be down to just side dishes. I think all I've got down there is mixed veg, a side of peas, and a side of asparagus. It might be a very vegetable-heavy lunch. Might be a very vegetable-heavy lunch. Fucking finally. Boy, Food Mix-a-Lot, that hit me like a freight train last night. About the same time that we started Dave the Diver, I was just like, I had a gurgle in my tum tum, and I was just instantly like, man, I have to go to the bathroom bad. But Dave the Diver was adorable enough that I was like, oh, I'll wait. Well, I think that's our new white one. Yeah, that's way better. That's way better than what we're making do with right now. I have dumplings, but I only have dumplings that would have to be steamed in a bamboo steamer. If I had dumplings that I felt comfortable, like... Man, even dumplings I could fry. I need to do a dumpling run to my local international market, I think. Because I have the XCJ dumplings, and they're great. But I refuse to eat those without properly steaming those soup dumplings. Like, I'm not going to be some asshole who tries to microwave soup dumplings, you know? I'm so happy to have soup dumplings, I will give them the respect they deserve. I did have some kimchi dumplings from that Asian grocery store up the road that were pretty spectacular, but they needed to be fried. So frying them, I feel like takes almost as much time as steaming them would. Yeah, if chat found out that I was paying $1 a dumpling to have them shipped to me frozen and then microwaving them, I'd probably get slapped. Yeah, the Bibigo, am I saying that right? As far as I understand, they're the most popular mass-produced frozen dumplings in oh my god, in South Korea. And so Costco does those here, and those are not bad at all. They're not as nice as going to the international market. This piece of shit. How did he even see me? Let alone ricochet a shot into me. Frogs always come in pairs. Yeah, I think there's just a part of me that just has so thoroughly much enjoyed going to the Asian market and just grabbing bags of stuff that almost nothing's written in English and just kind of rolling the dice and seeing what I get. Those kimchi dumplings were great. The lobster ones, not so much. But the kimchi dumplings were real good. Yeah, I don't have an air fryer. I just put the oven on convection. Yeah, Viral. That does make sense. They're not as good as Din Tai Fung. But for having them sent to my house via the mail, they're a pretty doggone good option. Light the fuse! I haven't played Overwatch in a minute. This guy, I think, died. I think that's him right there. This guy shooting curses. I don't know what killed him, but I'm pretty sure he's gone. I watched him crumple, but I don't know what killed him. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Overwatch 2 being Overwatch. Evil Canadian, good? Question mark, morning Taffy and chat. I must have eaten something I shouldn't have last night because now my stomach is rioting. I was terrified that was going to be the case for me and the boys. I had to teach my boys what properly cooking food at Hot Pot meant. Rory kept trying to, like, very briefly dunk stuff in the broth and then instantly put it in his mouth. And I was like, my brother... There are internal temperatures you have to reach so that it doesn't make you sick. So, genuinely... Nope. No, fuck you, man. He's coming. Oh, Lord, he's coming. Neat. I love this part of the game where Noita just goes, it's Noita time! Ooh, ambrosia potion. It's fucking Morbin time. What if, though? That little eyeball floating in there. Fuck, he sure is. Oh, what if he drowns? Oh, he might drown. Yeah, because, being a douchebag is very molecularly dense. It causes a person to just sink like a stone. That's why I float. It's because I'm fucking rad. This guy sucks, and that's way heavier. It's like muscle being heavier than fat. That guy fucking sucks, so he gets to drown. Thanks for the gold, idiot. Harley Ellis, welcome back. That's just good science. Yeah, that guy dropped a lot of cash. It was kind of worth the headache. It was kind of worth the headache. I might just swim these parts. I really don't think it's gonna be worth. I really don't think it's gonna be worth bailing all this water. I just have to be careful. I wish I had acceleratum. Fuck that. Oh, Lord, he coming. Nope. We gotta go back. Shit. Nope. It's gotta be faster than that. And we just run. Run like the wind! There's a health upgrade that I want. Oh, it's not there. What do you mean it's not there? Oh my god, was it up? I just assumed it was down here. What if it's down? It's down. There it is.
This is the story of the newest
Kyler, tier 1 for almost 2 years. Kyler, thank you so much. A lot of people I think of as new viewers are starting to really tack on like a real amount of time. It's very cool, but it's still very surprising to me too. I have no idea anymore. Chopped or ground raw meat and filter organs freak me out even if they're done safely. Yeah, like Rory kept taking, like Rory took like a shrimp and just went bloop, and like it was still gray. And I was like, my brother, you cannot eat that. He did the same thing with with a clam and a mussel. And he did the same thing with like a piece of lamb. And I was like, buddy. I was like, I love medium rare meat too, but like you gotta be super careful with this, okay? I was like, you gotta just set it in there and then leave it for a little bit. Not gonna lie, food safety courses will make you hate buffets and most undercooked meats. You will take my blue rare steaks from my cold dead hands though. I just got back from 2 weeks in England, finally able to watch Twitch again. Tell me the best thing you ate in England. Oh, you hit up a dope ramen shop. Ooh. That sounds nice. I was bummed out because the last thing I wanted to do with Hot Pot last night, two things happened that kind of sucked the wind out of me on Hot Pot last night. One was that I had saved enough room for myself. I ordered exactly what I wanted, no more, no less. And I had saved enough room so that at the end of the night, I could get some Shin ramen noodles, put them in my broth. I could get some Shin ramen noodles, put them in my broth, and make myself a little bowl of ramen noodle soup based off all the concentrated broth and all the ingredients that I put in and all the fat that had rendered out in the broth. So two things happened that screwed that up. One was that the boys didn't realize that they really needed to try to eat everything they ordered so we didn't get hit with charges for ordering food that got thrown away for food waste. So I ended up eating all the food that they didn't want to finish. Which filled me up real aggressively. And even if I had decided that I was just gonna like, screw it, we're just gonna tackle it. Even if I had decided, screw it, I'm just gonna get some ramen. At the very end, I had very little ramen left. Or sorry, I had very little broth left. And that's good, it's concentrated, but I wanted enough to cook the ramen easily. And also, like, the last couple of things I had to eat off of Grayson's plate. I wanted enough to cook the ramen easily, without, like, constantly having to, like, dunk stuff, and to also have some leftover broth to spoon out. And so I said, may I please have, a top-up of the tom yum? And she said, of course, sir. And she came back with a tea kettle that was just filled with their stock and standard, pork broth. Just white pork broth. And then she filled that sucker up to the brim, and I was like, ugh. The flavor's concentrated. You're not even putting tom yum in there. You're just putting in broth. I just wanted a little more. Like, I tried to stop her twice, but she was like, you know, she was so determined to help me. And I was like, I'm not mad at you for trying to help me. But I am genuinely bummed out that now the broth's diluted, so even if I wasn't too full, to eat some ramen, like I would be too bummed out to even try now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get. I think I'm gonna try to get them all. Hey, never punished. It's always tails. Yeah, if we can make that work, that'd be great. It's a little dicey because it's like, you know, right in the middle of my work, but if we can sort that, I would like that very much, I think. Oh God, fake saying, if I can find more excuses to go up to DC to eat food, I mean, like, I'd like to find more excuses to go out and eat food in Richmond. But if I can find more excuses to eat food, I will be very happy to do so. Yeah, I was just thinking about the Sea of Water as well. I'll buy it. I clearly have the fundage for it. I'm just kind of trying to tackle one thing at a time. I don't know, will this work? No. Thought I'd try it. Worst that could happen is that doesn't compute. Not bad. I'm gonna take that just in case too. I might try to do like a trigger spell or something like that, especially if I can get unlimited spells or something. This might be the thing that we use. This might be the thing that we use that F's up the world of the things around us. That's neat. Yeah, like ultimately, I'm just gonna buy stuff and have it because at this rate with Tinker, we're We're in a good spot to be able to do just about anything we want to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this so I don't accidentally cast it, you're right. I need to pee. I might also need to grab at least a snack or warm up one of those sides. I'm no longer muted. You can... I don't know what kind of delay people are going on, but I'm not anymore. I'm back. Ooh. I was just saying that there's nothing down there I want to eat. It's just sides. And that's fine, but like, it's not even big sides, or it's not even particularly complicated sides. It's broiled asparagus. It's steamed mixed veg. It's like steamed carrots, peas, and corn. It's a side of green peas. Oh yeah, not boiled. Broiled asparagus. Broiled asparagus, which is really good. But I find that I tend to think of it as being very good along with something. Exclamation point tokens, I think. Baiting for the lunch bomb. You know, I'm in a weird spot where, like, I ate so much food last night. I ate so much food last night that, honestly, the idea of missing a meal doesn't make me feel that bad. To be completely honest, I don't think I really said anything while I was muted. And I also think that generally what I saw was chat going back and forth and being gremlins. And I did exactly what you're accusing me of. I saw chat engaging in gremlin behavior and went, nah. I don't need to be a part of that right now. They can mind themselves. I don't need to be involved in that. I just also happen to be muted at the same time. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Feel fairly confident that this is how we die. I'm only gonna arm that when I feel like I need something that gives me a lot of extra oomph. Oh my. I have to remind myself that if I take the lightning wand into the water, I will die instantly. Taffy, say it with me, you idiot. If I take the lightning wand into the water, I will die instantly. Taffy, you big dummy. If you take the electrical wand into the water, it will kill you with reckless abandon. Those little toxic goblins suck. Shit somewhere is on fire. Yeah, if things get too crazy later, I'll have no problem. With the money I've made this week, I'll have no problem ordering something if I feel like it's an issue. It's not like a normal day where I'm like, chat, someone give me money so I can justify spending cash on food. We're in a very different place this week. Didn't trust it. Yeah, that one died to a mining accident. That's the story we give the cops when they get here, too. Don't you forget it, chat. That guy died in a mining accident. When it comes time to tell his family, you let me do the talking, I don't trust you not to clam up. His wife will see it in our eyes. I need fruit. Wow, he fucking lined that up. That right there is exactly why I wanted to bring that wand along with us. For situations just like that, man. Leon Hart, what game was it I was playing the other day that you were just like, was that Dave the Diver that you came in? You're like, man, I wish listed this. I hope you enjoy it. Was that you talking about Dave? Ah, it's a delight. I will probably force myself to play Knights of the Old Republic today. Just because I need to get through the list in case Dave the Diver shows up on it at some point. Did we decide if buying throne gifts for the mods counted towards the clock? No. I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to buy the mods gifts. How big a gift are we talking? I'm gonna do it anyway. Excellent. Ugh. Such a big softie. Fuck it, yes. Buying gifts for the mods off their throne counts for the timer. I'm not doing it for 3x, though. I like when nice things happen to the mods. Welcome back, Noah. Speaking of. What's the damage, Alex? What do I owe you? Well, then I've got a list for you, Taffy. Oh, fuck. Starting now! Because nobody had asked before. Buying things off of Stevie's should take time off the clock. 21. There we go.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Anthony, get your ass down here so I can feed you. Get your ass down to Richmond, Virginia, my guy, and let me put food in your tummy. When I can, I will, buckaroo. Hell yeah, dude. The channel's been live since Monday morning. What have you been playing? What are you up to? I haven't been able to watch anybody else. I get done with streaming, I go down, I sit on the couch for about 30 minutes, and then I go straight to bed. I didn't know Lamb of God was from Virginia. I only know about Guar, Mr. Bojangles, and Arthur Ashe. I mean, like, there are other famous Virginians, and I'm sure there are, like, other people I'm missing, but those are the ones that are, are off the top of my head. What was the one? Was it a Vale that Justin and I went and saw down by the James River? Brotato? Brotato is on our Wheel of Random. Dude, we played Dave the Diver last night. That shit was delightful. We played old Dave the Diver last night. I can't wait to play more of that game at some point. I don't want to play that offline, but damn, I need to start breaking my way through that list of games we've got pulled together. I need to give Knights of the Old Republic 2 its due. I need to get Knights of the Old Republic straightened away so we can keep hacking away at that list. If you're feeling generous, Alex did ask about the whole mod throne stuff yesterday while you were at KBBQ. He put 41 towards my personal tarot card. Ah, Jesus Christ. $41. All right. All right. Alex's time for Stevie is on the clock. But yeah, we've got Brotato on there as well. I feel like there's a part of me that wants the subathon to keep going because I like the Wheel of Random spins so much. I remember that from St. Jude. When we were done with the St. Jude subathon after 9 days, there was genuinely a part of me that was like, man, the thing I'm gonna miss the most is having the random wheel spins. Getting to play stuff that wasn't even on my radar earlier that day. And Brotato 100% is one of those. That game looks fun as hell. That and like, I want the wheel to land on Tiny Rogues because Tiny Rogues is fun. Santa custom built that for me. Santa custom built that for me, so I asked him during St. Jude to help me out, and he pulled that together for me. And now whenever I do one, he just tweaks it back into existence for me. Brotato is super fun. Yeah, it looks good. Soundtracks, the OST's a real slapper too. Did I kill that? Ooh, fuck me, I am getting a little hungry. Yeesh. I may in a little bit here have to look and see who's open, who's delivered. Oh my god. For the moment. God, you're right. I did almost kill myself in the water, even after I said I wouldn't. I got very lucky there. Switching out those wands. Yeah, we got very lucky with these were the first 2 perks we picked up. We gambled and did perk lottery, and then got Tinker with Wands because perk lottery paid out. Rotato can be daunting at first because you don't have much of an idea of how stuff works, synergies and stats. That feels an awful lot like a game I'm playing right now. Nope. Apparently at some point I died with a bubble wand. I was wondering if he was so high above me. He's so lovely. Rotato's TFT, but you can be greedier as long as you're a gamer. It's fucking perfection. Yeah, I was gonna say, you played the living shit out of that game. It has been a very, very long time since I've seen you it's been since TFT. It's been since TFT that I saw you dig in on a game the way you dug in on Rotato. Where is this chud? I'm hesitant to just drop down because I can't help but feel like he's just gonna be waiting there for me. Ooh, I got a rumbly in my tumbly. I got to maybe have to address that at some point. Wait for that to sort itself out for a second. TFT and Vampire Survivors, bro. I clocked 80 hours in the last week and a half. I kind of fell off with Vampire Survivors. I should get back into it. Obviously, they've put more content in. I played it for that brief period of time where all you had to do was look for like 1 of 3 builds and then you could just go AFK. But obviously that, like, you know, those devs seem like they've been pretty good. Those devs seem like they've been pretty good about making sure that there have been content updates. TurboCrest says Vampire Survivors is hard to play when games like Brotato and Nomad Survivors exist. Yeah, like just based on looking at it. Just based off of looking at it, Brotato looks like more my jam than Vampire Survivors does. I don't mean that as a dig. Just stylistically, I think I would enjoy Brotato more. I want to slap the shit out of you. Yesterday, your boy finished Brotato hard mode, all 34 characters. I got a level 1 hype train. Your ass got paid not to work and eat Korean barbecue. Can you just adopt me? Yeah. Yeah. I say it's funny. It's funny. I've learned to be appreciative of the fact that I'm not a streamer who is rewarded based on the merit of my gameplay. So like way back when Cobalt and Richard finished their Isaac marathon, their first Isaac marathon, I was there when Cobalt touched the last item that needed to be touched to 100% out the file. And I remember watching $100 tip, $250 tip, $1,000 tip, $100 tip, $50 tip, $200 tip. And he's like teared up because it's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, I don't remember what time of day it was, but they were exhausted. They were both pulling 12-hour shifts. From what I've heard, parts of that were actually real miserable. And I saw Cobalt getting emotional. And I remember thinking to myself, like, shit, I gotta get better at video games so that I'll do really well and people will reward me financially for it. And that's part of the reason why I started trying to get better at Isaac, like streaking. I'm so happy I abandoned that. I'm so happy that I abandoned that, and I'm just like, I'm a personality-based streamer. Some days you're gonna get great gameplay, and some days I'm gonna do stuff that makes you wonder why people watch me at all. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And almost the entirety of my living is made off of the meme economy. It's funny, I found it funny after pacing around my house for a couple of minutes. In that case, I don't know that I want to tell you how much money they paid me to go have dinner last night. But they paid me enough money at dinner last night that I paid $100 for Korean barbecue and left a $100 tip because I felt guilty keeping all of it. And in exchange, all I had to do was put up VODs and leave and go eat. It's legally binding. Brizzy is your third son. Congratulations on the family edition. This was every time somebody hits 10, we do 121 on the timer. My third son. Listen, he's my fourth son. My third son is the child that's gonna inherit the stream and probably out-earn me. The meme economy is the smart play, though. As it turns out, I didn't realize that. I didn't do that on purpose. That I just kind of fell into the meme economy. This rat bastard ghost is floating around here somewhere with a bubble wand that will just erase me. Happy to be a part of the family, Dad. Yeah, well, good news. You can start spending my money as fast as my children spend my money. I felt genuinely weird about it. I don't know that Brizzy has ever experienced this. But, and I have to imagine most people in chat have never experienced this. It is a surreal experience to drive away from your house while you know your stream is live in your office. It is the strangest feeling. To drive away from your house while you know your computers are broadcasting to Twitch on the second floor, and to drive halfway across town while that's happening. Yeah, I had to do that once because I had to pick up medication for Boomer. Beck took the reins. It was very odd. There was nobody home at my house. Like, that was the weirdest part for me, is that I loaded my entire family into my car, backed out of the driveway, and looked up and I was like, my stream is happening right there. And no one's gonna be, oh, Jesus Christ. No one is gonna be at the house to watch over it. All right, so we hit him for 125. Do I have anything that could reach him from here? Nope, not like that. Not near those. Matter of fact, you might want to back up a little bit because he's going to make a mess. Surprise, motherfucker! My man died with some gold on him. Bear with me. Railgunned his ass. Dude, listen, man. That Ghost of Christmas Past son of a bitch has wrecked me so many times. My man can sit and spin. He deserves the occasional railgun blast to the face. The fact that I was able to erase him after he liberated me from so many of my runs. My man, yeah, his ass ain't gonna be in Noita 2. Chat team viewed into Taffy's comp and beat Noita. Yeah, that was, it was bananas because last night I put us on, I'm trying to figure out if I have anything I want to put on Bubble Spark. This thing's so all over the place that I'm not sure. I mean, like, the spread on this particular wand is not bad. I'm just not sure I feel safe putting much on that. I kind of want to wait until I get, like, a trigger version of an energy sphere or something so that I, like, I mean, I'm not going to put that on there. I put that on there, all of a sudden I risk this thing bouncing back and getting cut in half by a square. Or, I mean, for example, like, you know, lightning bolt. What does lightning do on it? I mean, I'll show you. But I gotta get into an open space so it doesn't come back to me. I shoot that too close to a wall and I'm dead. So, yeah, like I will say that the results of the subathon this year are, the results of the first ever holiday subathon. Ooh, that's a good question. Does not look like it. Yeah, I'm also still in the process of figuring out Chainsaw, if I'm being 100% real with you. I will say the one little master stroke, we were talking about this earlier, was the introduction of the 3x timer, or the 3x contributions while I'm asleep. I always feel like our subathons are at their most vulnerable while I'm out cold. There were times during St. Jude, and I mean, I can't think of a more noble cause than St. Jude. And I thought for sure during the St. Jude subathon that I would have, like, overnight people who were just like, I love St. Jude and I love Taffy's stream. I can't be here for the stream, but I can show up while he's sound asleep and drop, like, a surprise $2,000 contribution dono to St. Jude. I thought that would happen more often than it did. Nice catch. And by more often than it did, I mean, that shit didn't happen. That shit never happened. Like, not once did I wake up and come in from the middle of the night and find, like, $1,000 tip or $100 tip or a $10 tip, really, donation to St. Jude. I was convinced that St. Jude was the thing that would keep that subathon alive during the night. I had multiple nights during that 9-day stretch where I would leave and there'd be like, hey man, good night, and here's 500 bits. And I go, oh cool, thanks. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, maybe. And then I come back after like 9 hours of sleep, and that 500 bits from 11 o'clock at night will have been the last thing that showed up. And I'm like, God damn, not a single dollar came in at night. So my takeaway was I was just like, there's no reason for people to want to save the subathon during the night, except that they're hoping that I'll come back and chat with folks during the day. Otherwise, 99.99% of the nighttime, or the daytime contributions were making up 99% of the timer. I was like, ah, shit, that makes sense. But the 3x thing has actually made it so that there's a slow but steady trickle of nighttime activity, because people know that that's the more absurd bang for their buck. That's the best value. Champion has been here during the subathon, but he has not popped off during the subathon. I mean, obviously, he doesn't owe us jack shit at this rate, but, during mine and Justin's first subathon together, Justin and I were live for what, 4 days? Justin and I were live for 4 days straight. I slept on camera. And we were out by a fire pit, counting down the clock, accepting that we were tired and we had planned it poorly, and that particular iteration needed to end. And as we were sitting there counting down the clock, fucking Champion comes in and drops like 100 gifted on both of us to bring the timer back up to like 3 hours. And we were just like, oh, oh, Champoon Poon, we were trying to go to bed, man. And he was like, oh shit. He was like, oh shit. My bad. So we banked that. We were just like, at some point, Champion could just tell me and Justin what to do. Yeah, I mean, that ultimately, that's absolutely right, Briz. Like, I get that. I got that, right? Like, the first time was, you know, Glitch playing Heroes on a Bluetooth speaker while I tried to sleep. And that makes sense. I made hundreds of dollars that way with just people screwing with me while I slept. But there was a part of me that was just kind of like, oh, you know, people won't give to me, but maybe someone will show up and be like, oh, this subathon's cool, and I know he's offline right now, and this is just a VOD, but I don't want it to die in the middle of the night. I want him to come back and tackle this tomorrow. I never expected anything for me, but I did hope that someone would, because the timer up there that Josh made for me was also tied to my Tiltify campaign. So the St. Jude contributions automatically upped the timer. And so there's a part of me that was hopeful that like people would come in and go, oh, well, I don't want Taffy's thing to end. It feels weird giving him money while he sleeps, but I'll give money to St. Jude to keep this thing alive. But yeah, the 3x at nighttime. The moment that I tell people, I'm like, the first night I told people I was going to sleep, it was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, I gotta go get some sleep if I'm gonna be back at 8:30 in the morning. And I put on this thing with the VOD playing in that window, and as soon as this screen hit, like $1,000 came through. In 20 minutes. And I was like, well, fuck. I should have been doing this from day one. Can the timer be moved a little higher? It's covering the wand stats. I can try, yeah. I mean, like, I can put it there. I can't help but feel like at some point it's going to cover up something else that goes there. Like, almost anywhere on the screen covers something. Yeah, the wheel spins get people too, but I gotta be honest, I enjoy the wheel spins too. I'm trying to see, I'm sorry, I'm just, let me do this. Let me go like this, do this. Do this, go like that. Do I want all of them to be like this? More damage for sure. Yeah, no problem, El Pablo. Yeah, it's a busy screen week. Like I generally don't like having, you know, stuff like this up. But as it's adding money, or as it's adding money to the timer, and it technically doesn't cost anybody anything except for their time, which I value. Your time has value to me. But it doesn't cost actual money to do it. It feels, especially during the subathon, it feels important to keep this up here. I'll take this off during Knights of the Old Republic, and I'll probably take this off during wheel spins at night, but that's an easy way to put time on the clock. The only other thing I've thought about that could be done differently is that you in-stream at like 11:30, which preserves the timer, but you made it so it's like $10 per minute instead of $5. I don't understand. Make that make sense to me? Trogdor, use your best judgment. If it's wand crafting, I'm down. If it's wand crafting, I'm down. If it's something like, dude, if you enter this code while you're standing in that spot, this... Ah, Jesus! If it's something like, if you enter this sequence of buttons, this machine starts and just starts throwing gold at you. What the fuck is going on with these guys? Bubble spark trigger plus energy sphere. Put it on wand 1 or spark plus multi-spheres. Like that. Alright. Folks are talking to me about several different things at once, and just standing here in Noita is a good way to get killed. In regards to the subathon and the overnights not bringing in money apart from now the 3x payout. Preserves the timer. You made it so that, like... Oh! I don't get it, Stevie. Do you mean, like, pausing the timer? But then having it cost twice as much to add time to it? I'm having a hard time tracking what you're saying should be done there. My request was bad. The timer covers the spells now. Yeah, it's welcome to my chaos. Oops, that's not right. Welcome to my world. It's okay, Stevie's speaking Welsh English. I'm sure there's a good point in there somewhere. I'm just struggling to find it. I'm struggling to find the logic of what he's saying. Yeah, Trogdor, I'm not I think I followed that spell recipe correctly, but I'm not sure.
Look at you, Stanley. Flaunting your disposable income with that donation to Taffy.
Metramole with a $50 tip. Happy holidays, Taffy. Happy holidays, Metramole. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous of you. I got nothing. Pausing the timer at night so that Manputer can rest. We don't have to worry about it dying overnight because that's something that we've talked about before. I don't know. Then at that point, it's not really. Maybe I'm overthinking it because in my head, then it kind of stops. It kind of stops becoming a subathon. You're saying this works? It should hit hard, use the lance for shorter range. Yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a try. If I, you know, die in the process of trying this out, though, you owe me $100. I'm having the highlights right now. No, that's okay. I knew there was a point in there. I just knew I wasn't getting it. Oh my god. Somebody killed that man for us. That was like the mysterious stranger on Fallout 3. Like a little guitar strum happened in the background, and then suddenly some dude in a fucking trench coat hits that guy with a cart. I don't know if it's only hitting for 15 because they only have 15 health. That guy fucks me up so frequently. I don't know that this is hitting as hard as I want it to.
Yeah, it sure is.
Also, the spread on this particular one is making it difficult to dial it in. Is the spread bad on this one? It's not great. It's just not good either. Oh my god, the Slacy. Leftover pad thai sounds fucking exceptional right now. Yeah, the spread on Bubble Spark itself is bad. So, this may work, but, you know, I think I'm just gonna load these bad boys up. I have no idea if these are real anymore. Some people do subathons where they pause overnight just to let their community relax without panicking that the clock will die at 2 a.m. Yeah, I gotta give that some consideration. I gotta give that some consideration to be sure. It does feel weird that some of the most heightened stakes of the subathon are when I'm in bed. It's one thing if it dies out while we're sitting here. That kind of feels like a choice we all kind of made together. You know, I've got to decide whether or not I want to freak out and beg you for money real hard, or make some sort of prop bet that incentivizes you. But it is, I guess, kind of my thing though is that, like, I feel like I'd have to revisit prices. I feel like I'd have to revisit prices though, because if I pause it at nighttime, I guess without the 3x it becomes less of a big deal. If I pause it at nighttime so I can go get sleep, I would worry about being live for like 3 weeks at a stretch. I would worry about it being live. Like, I would worry about it working so well that I'm just live essentially all the time except for when I'm sleeping. And that I was getting around to saying hello to you, Ryan. Bear with me. Manputer's getting a glow up here by the end of the year. I dumped $3,500 on a new streaming PC. Manputer just needs to make it to the end of 2022. And then maybe we won't have those graphical hang-ups anymore. Manputer be struggling these days, man. I legit talked to your VOD for a solid 20 minutes last night. I'm sorry, dude. That's my bad. Thank you so much for the hundo. Thanks for putting 20 minutes back on the clock. Metrobolt, thank you for the 50. You could always put a cap on it. Yeah, you're right. I could. I'm bad at that, though. I got bad impulse control. You know, like... Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would struggle with, like... It broke my heart the day that Champion came in and gave me and Justin 100 subs each. And the clock shot up to 3 hours. And me and Justin were like, oh man, sorry, we're ending anyway. Thanks for the money. And I still live being haunted by that moment. Even though I know Champion understood why, and even though I know it was for the best because we were exhausted, I'm still just like, man, I don't like calling the game early when the game is still got a full head of steam going on. Ryan, dude, thank you so much for the hundo. Merry fucking Christmas to you too, dude. I cannot wait to see you again. It has been, well, when do I see you again? Didn't we say that we were gonna, are you going to MagFest? I felt like there was something coming up where we were gonna see each other again. Like soon. Soon? Within the calendar year soon. That was the other issue with subathons. Man, Pewter's screwing up overnight because it's so old it won't really matter, hopefully, when you get the new PC in. Yeah, I mean, the current, let's see. Damn, you're not? That sucks. Is that still a thing? So if you substitute out a new power supply and a 3090, that's going to be the specs of the streaming PC now. And the gaming PC will be about the best machine money can buy. Just about. Oh, that's true. We might intercept each other in Italy. We might intercept each other in Italy. Almost no bullshit. Too many obstructions. Just wanted to be done with that bullshit. Game, I was told I would be in a line for explosion and electrical immunity. That's right, you and I only see each other in Europe now. That's the only way to visit with friends, we've decided. no point even seeing your friends if you're not going to be seeing them in Europe. What, am I gonna go to Houston? What, is Ryan gonna come to Richmond, Virginia? I mean, again. Gross. I think rather not. I'm not chasing that gold. You're not gonna believe it. Wow, the recharge time on that's terrible. Do I want... I kind of want fire bolts. Those could be really cool. Yeah, we'll sell another company, and then we'll celebrate that. We ate good food. I was very proud of the fact that despite Noah's best efforts with Galaxy Diner, I did manage to convince you and Nate that Richmond had food that was well worth eating, which felt pretty good. I was about to set this man free. I just wanted to see if there was anything hiding in there, like a health upgrade. Free game today on Epic is Bloons TD6, says Lisa. We just have a... I have a package that just went through Earth City, Michigan, and it sounds like a made-up DC Universe city. Yeah, you should always get your free games from Epic. Ooh, Billy. Boy, y'all got me thinking about food again. Think about those pad thai noodles that somebody mentioned. Holy shit. That's fine for now. Yo, we got ourselves a drill. That's big. Matter of fact, I'm immediately going to turn around and check this thing I wanted to see. Is this a joke? There we go. To come back here and explore. Alright, so there's nothing there, but now I know there's nothing there. What a pickup. Fucker almost got me. Little fucker almost got me. We might. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We might be able to explore the Fungal Caverns a little bit. Yeesh. First couple of steps into the Fungal Caverns and it's a nightmarish hellscape and I already kind of want to run away. I got... Ooh, shit. dickhead. Was it worth it? Do you feel gratified now, you asshat? I don't even know where your gold went, you blew up so much. Was it worth it? Let me work it. Put your thing down, flip it, then reverse it, chat. Those are the rules. You got a problem with that, you take it up with Missy Misdemeanor Elliot. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Dude, I'm bullying this man. Ooh. Pogman, what's going on, brother? Jill probably goes on Wand 3 with chainsaw. Yo, that's a good point. Pretty fast. That'll work. Not much, homie. Another day, another dollar. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Seth! Taffy, how was Korean last night? So I had a really good time. It wasn't without its drawbacks. They were minor. The whole meal was about $100. The whole meal was about $100. I'll wait for this to sort itself out a little. We tipped about $100 because we just felt so grateful to be there in the first place. The one drawback that I had was my boys didn't realize. My boys didn't realize that whatever they ordered, they had to at least try to eat. Because if they didn't, we would get charged extra for the leftover food waste. And so they ordered well more than they could handle. So I ended up ordering exactly what I wanted, but then essentially eating another $20 worth of meat to make sure that I didn't have to pay extra for it. And even then, I was still kind of considering getting some noodles. I wanted like some ramen noodles to throw in that broth after I'd finished cooking, you know, rendering all that fat, cooking all that meat, cooking all those vegetables. And I was like, well, I'm still toying with the idea of finishing this off with ramen. But I don't have quite enough broth to cook the ramen because it's boiled down and reduced and concentrated itself. So I'm gonna ask my server for just a little top up. I was like, I'm gonna ask my server for just a little more Tom Yum ramen, the Tom Yum broth. So I asked Alexis, I said, Alexis, can I please have a little more Tom Yum broth? And she went, yeah, sure. And she came out with a tea kettle filled with just their standard broth and filled it to the brim. And I was like, oh, I had been concentrating that broth for 2 hours. And now it's filled up with just the most neutral, bland broth you guys serve. Well, screw it. I don't think I need to invest in... Nope. I don't think I need to invest in the ramen part of this anyway. Otherwise, it was spectacular. I had a delicious meal. Invite me to come next time, Taffy. I will play Sleeper for your family. Hell yeah. As a dad, this is how I put on 30 pounds. The number of times that my ass, raised by boomers, has finished something my kids wouldn't, standing over the sink. The number of times I've eaten food while hovering over the sink because I just wasn't willing to scrape it into the garbage. Tell me you were raised considering food scarcity with every meal without telling me you were raised with considering food scarcity for every meal. I don't quite get this concept. You order the food, you're going to be paying for the food, but if you don't eat all the food, instead of taking home the food you pay for, you didn't eat, it gets tossed and you're charged again. Buffet. All you can eat buffet. The hot pot place that I went to last night, the Korean barbecue place I went to last night, is all you can eat. So that's how they keep people from showing up and saying, I want 30 orders of everything that you've got on the menu, and also bring me 29 boxes. Yeah, no, if it was a la carte. Yeah. If it was a la carte, then I could totally get it. I would have brought home boxes of, I guess, of raw meat. But yeah, it's an all-you-can-eat place with no time limit. So in my estimation, it absolutely makes sense. It absolutely makes sense that that they safeguard themselves against devious folks. Don't you come up here. I don't need that. I don't need dynamite anymore. Kinda. Like, kinda. If I do that, though, I need to get rid of this wand. Not get rid of this wand altogether, but I need to get rid of this wand altogether, you know? Hatch the eggs before leaving. They create more problems, in my opinion, than they're worth. They go around, they get lit on fire, they light the surrounding environment on fire. It becomes problematic, to say the least. Do that, I think. This fucking guy. Fucking hurts, don't it? I just live there. You said no time limit. I eat mac and cheese out of the pan. Whatever the family's left behind is dad's. I honestly think that is... I'm getting better about it. Especially in situations where, like, Amber's like, baby, we'll just put it in Tupperware and eat it later. She's like, just scrape it back into the pan. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. So I'm getting better about that. But yeah, for the longest time, I really struggled with, like... not wanting to set food down or throw food away. Bear with me, it's hard to look away from the fungal caverns. The biggest proving grounds. I think that's gotta go there, I'm gonna hurt myself. Yeah, no, I've got tinker with wands everywhere, which means I'm able to fiddle with stuff around or outside the shop, which is obviously super nice. I don't think I can just go in through this. Nope, hold on. It feels nice. It feels nice to have the firepower necessary to defend myself against that dipshit. Yeah. I'll be honest, even with concentrated mana, there's just a part of me that's like, let's slow it down a second. While I'm doing this, I'm kind of observing the area around me. I'm seeing if anything's sneaking up on me. I'm kind of trying to make, like, formulate a plan of where I might go next. Just take a second, take a breath, sort of see the space. Try not to move at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yeah, honestly, frame rate hours, like, mine was like 32 because I did Korean barbecue and hot pot, but I think for hot pot, it was like 12 or 15 for each boy and 25 or 28 for Amber, and then 30 something for me, and then we got a couple of beers. Well, I had a beer because I had to drive home, but Amber had a couple of beers. Yeah, exactly, Pope Scythe. It's just, this place is so intense that I know I'm on day 4 of a subathon. I'm cutting myself a little bit of slack for how slow I'm moving through this space. But ultimately, in the fungal caverns, I am less apologetic about how slow I am. I am even less apologetic for how slow I am. The fuck was that all about? Yo, Serene, what's going on? Sure, Psycon. I'll do my best, but you know, I always like to preface it with it's free advice, so it's worth what you pay for it. But yeah, sure.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
There he goes again. Heartbroke, tier 1, 42 months. I wish I didn't have to do this on mobile, but my company has blocked Twitch from their network. Love the content. Oh, shit. Love the content. Keep up the hard work and take care of you and yours. You as well, chat. Heartbroke, thank you so much for the ridiculously kind words. Thank you for the resub for a very long time. It is supremely appreciated. Yeah, yeet. That's fucking scary. So that guy repulses the lightning off of his shield. Thankfully, that bad boy, the lance, hello, goes right through. Don't sub on mobile, go to Twitch in your mobile browser in the desktop mode so you don't get the extra charge. Yeah, it is like an extra buck to do it through mobile, which super sucks. There, I helped you out, bud. Yee, fuck that. Nope, 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 fuck you. Nope, I knew that shit was gonna happen. I was kind of curious about it. I thought the explosion would happen before we got there. I'm vomiting. shit. Nope. Going up. Going down. I'm dead. Ugh. I don't even know what exploded. Oh. Dude, the Fungal Caverns is so much harder than I feel like I give it credit for. Oh, he took that wand. I didn't even get to see what was on it. Yeesh.